was kind of a partner, and now they're working together and solving cases, stuff like that. Yes, read introduction. New York, April 2005. At age 14, I was looking forward to what the future and I had in store for me. As a child prodigy and recent university graduate, I was self-assured in my abilities. Life seemed to offer infinite possibilities, and opportunity after opportunity showed up at every corner. Suffice it to say, I was more than a little surprised when I was diagnosed with brain cancer 2 years later. The doctor gave me no more than 6 months to live. But I didn't want to die. I couldn't die, not even when I had barely started living. I am Vera Blanc, daughter of the multi-millionaire stylist Emmanuel Blanc. I've lived a pretty luxurious life, thanks to my father's wealth. Here's one of the richest people on the earth. My mother, she was one of Russia's top models and died when I was only 2 years old. Don't worry, Vera. I won't rest until I found a solution. I don't want to die. There are still so many things I want to learn and so many things I want to do. You won't. I give you my word. I won't let this happen again. Not to you. But the doctor said... Don't listen to them. I'm going to find a solution, no matter what. I'll save you, Vera. My father also being so resolute. You could say that success was encoded into his DNA. He always gets what he wants. From childhood and onward, I regarded that as a fundamental truth. This time was no exception. Mr. Blanc, I'm afraid to inform you that I'm paying you a fortune and all you can do is apologize? Do something! Sir, only a miracle can save your daughter. You know this. There's nothing more I can do for her. No, there has to be some other option. Vera's all I have left. Somewhere near Paris, 2 years later. I don't know exactly what happened. My father never told me the details. All I remember is moving back to our house in Paris, where I underwent another procedure with a new team of medics. After the operation, I felt better, much better. But my post-operative life has not been without its fair share of complication. The medics have needed more to the future. They completely rewired my brain to function like a computer. Languages, science, medicine, engineering. I could learn faster than any other person on Earth. Incredible, isn't it? But that's nothing special compared to the other side effect. What's even more extraordinary is that as soon as I recovered, I start to hear voices. Or rather, other people's thoughts. Yeah, I remember, like, she's a bit of a psychic, like Suki Stackhouse. I can literally read other people's minds. It's a little like tuning into a radio. If I concentrate enough, I can hear what someone is thinking. The experience is almost as intimate as having them whisper their secret into my ear. This doesn't mean I have full access to their innermost thoughts. My range is limited to what they're thinking at the precise moment I read their mind. In the beginning, I found it an amusing diversion. It's an easy way to kill time. But the fun didn't last for long. Nobody could withhold secrets from me. Not even Patrice. It's hard to having a relationship when you can read your partner's mind every hour of the day. One day, my father called me into his office. Vera, promise me something. What is it? You're scaring me. I haven't told anyone. Nobody knows I can read minds. What? I haven't said a thing. You just read my mind again, didn't you? I'm sorry. My dear, listen carefully. I'm sorry for my insistence, but... Can you imagine what will happen to you if anyone else were to find out about the powers you hold? They wouldn't hesitate to abduct you or hold you for ransom. They will treat you as a test subject and dissect you like an animal. That's why nobody knows about your second special skill. Yeah, I know. That's why I kept my mouth shut. I never told Patrice a thing. Good. Even my strictest collaborators only know about your incredible memory capacity. Father, I wanted to ask you. Can't you turn me back to normal? I don't like living like this. No. No. It's too dangerous. I'm sorry, but I can't risk you having another surgery. Why have this ability if I can't use it? I feel like I haven't contributed at all to this world. Useless, that's what I am. Don't speak such nonsense. You're my precious daughter. Useless isn't the Blanc vocabulary. Vera,
For what reason do you wish to use your powers? The greater good of humanity?
Absolutely! Why not? Money has never been an issue for us, so I don't need to work. I want to live my life doing something worthwhile. You gave me a second chance and I don't want to waste it.
Alright. If that's what you want, give me a few days and I'll figure something out.
Shortly after our discussion, my father introduced me to someone.
Yeah, you must be Vera Blanc, right? Pleased to meet you. My name's Brendan Mackey, private detective.
In the beginning, I didn't understand why my father wanted me to help this guy. 32 years old, former FBI agent, very skilled in using a gun, not an ordinary detective.
My specialty is impossible cases. Anything involving the supernatural, occult, or paranormal, I'm there.
Oh, do you actually believe in the existence of supernatural phenomena?
Let's just say that if they do, I want to find out. Emmanuel tells me you have an incredible IQ. Also mentioned you have some sort of sixth sense for solving mysteries.
My father isn't exactly known for his sense of humor. That's right, you're lucky to have me on your team. I'm far from your everyday commodity. And that's how it all started. I must admit, I'm more than a little scared and intrigued by this new job. But one thing is certain, my near-death experience has prepared me for every possible curveball the world has to throw. The sights, sounds, and people in this vast globe are out there waiting, and I don't plan to disappoint them. I want to live every day like it's my last.
Prologue. Bargi, a small town in Italy. Play with minigames, play without minigames. Of course we're going to play with minigames. Minigames enabled. If you find the game too difficult, you can try playing without them. Clues, day one. Oh yeah, nothing.
You see, Brendan? We arrived safe and sound.
Yes.
There was only a minor turbulence when we were flying over Switzerland, but I really don't know why we're afraid of planes.
Don't remind me. Trust me, it won't be pretty.
Air sickness bags exist, you know. All right, as you wish. So this time, a ghost, right?
Yes. Our client is Mr. Anastasi. He hired us to investigate this ghost.
Did he tell you why?
He said that he would explain everything once we were there. Not the most detailed client, but the advance payment has motivation enough for me. Here they are, again. So now we see a brunette with sunglasses hiding her face behind a fan who starts to look at Vera and Brendan. I need to inform the master that they arrived. Oh yeah, I remember. Like they were working for the master. She's the same Eva, right? She's the same Eva from the first game. I forgot about her. But first, I need to find a mirror. I wonder if the ghost exists or if it's just a local legend. So they're at a coffee shop. Excuse me? Guido Rossi. Yes. He's a bald guy. Looks like Vin Diesel doing a bartender routine. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. Could you direct me to the washroom? Over there. Thank you. Not bad, really not bad. We need more foreign tourists like that one. Power of the dark. Power of the light. Yeah, she's incanting in front of the mirror. Now we see the master appearing. Open the gates to the master. We see some fire coming out of her hands. And there's a picture like on the mirror. It's like the reflection on the mirror is catching fire and turns into the image of the master. The flame amass and become one. What is it, Emma? Why are you contacting me from a public place? Master, they're here. What? Both of them? Again? Yes, they just arrived in town. It can't be a coincidence. I don't know. We need to be careful. Observe them, but restrain yourself from concocting your own plans. Wait for my orders before proceeding. Do you doubt my abilities? I assure you that last time was a fluke. I could easily kill. Silence! When did I give you permission to voice your dissent? I beg your pardon, Master. We need to evaluate them. Every action of theirs must be scrutinized. It is not yet clear to me whether they are working for us or against us. As much as I respect your methods, I sincerely doubt they are working for us. Not intentionally. They may be inadvertently helping us to preserve the balance.
I understand, Master.
Now go, and keep watching them. Never forget your place, Eva. Meanwhile, Brandon and Vera are looking for information. Well, look at that. Teenagers in the park. To this day, I still don't understand the fascination people have with poking holes into their skin. And what's with these sudden interest in tattoos? Are those skateboards? I don't have any of those things when I was a kid. Is he jealous? Oh yeah, it's 2005, so the piercings and fashions were more and more available and more popular.
I wouldn't be surprised if I were you. You're from a completely different generation, after all. When was it again? The period between the First and Second World War?
What? I don't know where you got your sense of humor, but you might want to read their return policy. I am just slightly older than you.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Actually, Brendan's a pretty sensitive person. I should cut him some slack from time to time.
So yeah, if he was 32 years old at 2005, that means he was born in the 70s. Yeah, I'm 73. So he's 6 years older than me. Shit.
For what it's worth, I think you look younger than your actual age.
You're complimenting me. I can't say I'm not doubting your health. How should I interpret this?
Blanc is a brand name. The rarity of our praise is what makes it valuable in the first place. Would you prefer I take it back? It's signed the man.
Oh, what the heck. Flattery always works. Approach teenagers, look for adults, wait for Mr. Anastasi. Let's approach the teenagers.
Let's get to know those boys. Maybe they know something. Youths are fond of urban legends. After all, I'm sure they will be more than grateful for an opportunity to share some scary stories.
You say this as if you aren't a kid yourself.
Mind your manners. I'm slightly younger than you.
I thought women like to be thought of as a younger.
Sometimes I question your claim of popularity.
With a heavy sigh, Brendan stretches out his arm and rotates his head. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. I'll show you how a pro handles the public. Hey, fellas. Oh, is he gonna do a Steve Buscemi? Hey, greetings, fellow students. With arms crossed, you watch Brendan's initiation process. So, you know nothing about this ghost? Ghost? Brendan makes a couple of gestures in an attempt to get past the language barrier. The boy with whom he is speaking shakes his head in confusion. His friends snicker while making jokes about the old-timer who doesn't understand Italian. You decide to take pity on Brendan and step forward. The conversation subsides once the board take in your appearance.
Let me handle the talking, Brendan.
By all means, Miss Linguophile. Despite his words, you can tell Brendan is thankful for the reprieve. You turn your attention to the group.
What can you tell us about the ghosts in the castle?
Filippo Berni. No need to speak Italian, miss. I know English. What do you need? A muscular teenage boy steps forward. Among his friends, he is, without question, the opposite of Brendan as a young boy. The piercing and tattoos decorating his body are incalculable. He grins confidently, shaking Brendan's hand firmly. Yeah, it's like both his ears and both his eyebrows are pierced, and he has a bull ring on his nose. And as for the tattoo, I can only see the one on his left arm. Looks like a red sun. I am Filippo Berni. Who are you? We came here to investigate the ghost. You? A detective of the paranormal? Ha 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 ha! That guy's a riot! The boys hold their stomach as they laugh. Tch, we're not getting anywhere with these kids. They aren't taking me seriously at all. I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind. You stand in front of Brendan, forming a barricade between him and the boys.
Please excuse my assistant. I am Vera Blanc, the lead investigator. Can you tell me what you know, please?
Bernie whistled. What a pleasant surprise! Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? You're gorgeous, miss.
Thank you.
But you don't look much like a detective. If you ask me, you're more like a model material. And this is my territory, so unless you make it worth my while, you're not getting any info from me. New clue added under character sections, Filippo Bernie. You just found your first clue. Okay, I got a trophy for that. You can review your collected clue anytime by using the clue button on the right of the dial box or pressing the C key. Here it's triangle. Filippo Bernie is a teenager playing gang leader. He doesn't seem dangerous, not the most trustworthy boy. Read Bernie's mind, paying 25 euros, paying 100 euros, or flirt with him. I'm gonna read his mind. Okay, so... I'm gonna start with an I. Only one. S, R, S. Okay. I'm gonna try A. Ah. Try H. Ah. E. Ah, Bella. No? Should. O-U. D. Ah, Vera. Perhaps I should have asked. P. Not even a single mistake. Success. Vera, perhaps I should have asked for payment on the carnal sort. You have such a body.
My dear Filippo, I can't say I appreciate what you're considering asking. It's quite disrespectful. You would be hard-pressed to find a girlfriend without adjusting your mentality.
Bernie's face reddens. How the hell?
You see? I'm a paranormal detective. I can read your mind.
Figuring out what he's thinking isn't that difficult. I can read his mind too.
Anyway, you're going to help us?
I guess you're right. Well, I don't know much about the ghost myself. Anything I can tell you is more like a rumor than anything concrete. But recently his apparition in the castle have been more frequent. New clue added under general section ghost. The ghost is a local legend, but recently he has been sighted more often than usual. Okay. Frustrating clouding his feature, Brendan grabs your hand and pulls you away from the group of boys. Alright, I think that's enough.
We appreciate the help.
Bye, Vera. I hope to see you again, beautiful one. As soon as they are out of sight, you shake Brandon's grip off. He hardly notices, still preoccupied with the encounter. What a waste of time.
Not necessarily. There's a chance they know more than you think. Filippo may very well be the key to unlocking this mystery.
Don't be ridiculous. Wrapping up the case shouldn't be that easily. I would sooner believe in the existence of Santa Claus than that guy's usefulness. Brendan points a single finger into the distance and clicks his tongue. Those kids were obviously clueless. Admit it, you only wanted to tease them. He fumbles for something in his pocket, pulling them inside out in the process. Nothing but lint. What do I give for a smoke right now? Too bad a certain someone confiscated them. Why are you laughing?
Oh, was I? No reason. He's jealous. Who would have guessed?
Look for adults or wait for Mr. Anastasi. I'm gonna look for adults.
Let's talk to someone more mature. Those boys can't be taken seriously.
Glad to see we agree. Gino Nasi looks like a groundskeeper. Hey! An old man salutes you in a friendly manner. Gino Nasi, at your service. I live in England for 35 years. Good, I think speaking small talk won't be a problem with you. We're busy enough as it is. Translating is in a business I'm looking into. Kids these days sure as I ignore it, eh? They waste their life doing nothing good.
My name is Vera Blanc. This is my colleague, Brandon McKee. And we're here to learn more about the ghost.
Ghost? Ghosts don't exist, only troubled souls. Looks like asking this guy for information wasn't the most brilliant idea. Stop whispering! Such behavior isn't polite.
We're sorry, Mr. Nasi.
Please, call me Gino.
All right, Gino. What can you tell us more? Can you tell us more about
the ghost, the castle, Anastasi, or himself? I'm going to see the castle. It's magnificent, isn't it? It's actually not very old, at least for a castle. It was constructed sometimes between 1448 and 1460 by Carlos Maria IV Rossi. And
wait, I'm not interested in the full story. My primary concern is whether anything odd happened.
Other than the ghost? Nothing. The castle is just stone over stone. What should happen to it? Just how did we overlook something so obvious?
Brendan, please!
Okay. The ghost? I've never seen it, but there's certainly something amiss in this town. Can't you smell it? It's in the air. I only call it whiff of the local dishes. I wouldn't call it strange, more like delicious. Speaking of which, I'm getting a bit hungry. You elbow Brendan and gives him an icy glare. Alright. No jokes. Anastasi? Anastasi? I don't like him. He's a despicable man. Evil does not begin to describe his character. Evil? I won't tell you more. The truth will become clear to you once you meet him. Ask him how he acquired his wealth, him and his father before him.
We'll keep that in mind. He's practically shaking with rage.
New clue added under character section, Gino Nasi. Gino Nasi is an odd old man we met in town. He claimed that Roberto Anastasi is an evil person and suggested whether we ask Anastasi how he came into money and his father before him. So let's talk about yourself.
What about you? What do you do?
I immigrated into England when I was a young boy. The number of jobs I held probably surpassed your age. Back when my body was strong, I was a resident in the world of manual labor. I even worked in carbon mines. Wow, you sound anxious. You sound ancient. You sound ancient. I hope I look as good as you do when I'm your age, Pop. How old are you? Gino raises his nose and crosses his arm in an act of self-importance. Why, I can't tell you that. It's my secret. Whatever you're doing is bound to net you billions. You sure we can't be partners? My leg of work is going to give me gray hairs before I turn 40. You punch Brendan slightly in the arm.
Don't badger the nice man, Brendan.
Stop talking.
Thanks for your help, Gino.
You're welcome. Come back to me again sometimes. Sure, see you around. Wait for Mr. Anastasi.
Where did you say the appointment is?
Anastasi told us to meet him at the coffee shop in the town square. Look. The one over there. It's where the taxi dropped us off before. You sit down and order food and drinks while you wait for Anastasi to show up. The people around here aren't very talkative. Is it just me or are we not welcome here?
I noticed. Maybe they don't like tourists. Not that we're here to sightsee.
That seems to be the explanation for every town we visit. Can't we have cooperative citizens once in a while?
It would be nice. I would prefer if you could suffer fewer injuries to your pride, yes. I imagine generous advance payments aren't enough to nurse such wounds.
Well, I don't know about that. Cash can be pretty persuasive.
You should appreciate the years you have left. Money doesn't make you invulnerable.
Brendan guzzled down his beverage and wipes his mouth. Trust a rich girl to say something like that. As much as I disagree, I do appreciate your helping me for the next to nothing.
What can I say? I have more than enough to last me a lifetime. Generosity is its own reward.
If you were anybody else, I would think you're bragging. In other words, you think it's exciting, right?
You got me. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
You eye the rapidly melting ice in your drink.
Where is Mr. Anastasi? Shouldn't be early for his own appointment.
Those who have money happen to have power. This is why we're stuck waiting here. He's so hot and humid. Anastasi should have chosen a place with better service. I'm dying for a refill here.
I can buy you another drink.
That wouldn't change their service any, though.
So it's the principle of the matter?
Exactly. I'm glad you've come to understand my viewpoint. You've come a long way. Brandon wipes the sweat from his brow and flapped his shirt. You run a hand through your hair and wonder what possessed you to not bring a hairband. What would you give to trade your jacket for one? I'll even settle for a tap water if I have to.
I think I'm seriously overdressed for this kind of weather. I can't take it anymore. I'm taking something off.
Okay, so she's removing... She was already looking like quite attractive with nice clothes, and now she's taking a layer off. So she's removing her red vest. I guess that's a good idea.
It's common sense, really.
As you take off your jacket, you feel eyes roving over you. You have probably gained the attentions of the whole coffee shop and square. Still, it's really too hot to feel self-conscious. Comfort is your priority. Yeah, because the top that you have underneath doesn't have any straps, so like your bare shoulder and your cleavage is showing. Nice top.
You have an eye for fashion. It's one of my father's finest work.
You notice that Brendan's gaze is drawn to something behind you. His eyes are twirling with mirth.
Why are you smiling?
Nothing. It seems that even the locals recognize brand names goods, in particular the barkeeper. Guido Rossi. Ho! This is the guy from before. Welcome to our humble town, my friends. I'm Guido Rossi. The barkeeper walks to your side of the table and starts wiping the table. Its arm gets uncomfortably close to your body as he works. You scoot over to avoid him. Guido looks at you appreciatively and fills the absent space.
Can't he take a hint? Enough already! My side of the table is spotless. How about you clean my companions?
You speak English well, Guido. Brandon tries to change the topic, but he's obviously forcing himself to keep a straight face. You know him well enough to be able to tell his nose is twitching. But of course, make no mistake, this great town is incredibly popular among English-speaking tourists.
Really? Because of the ghost, or...?
The ghost, as a myth, is undoubtedly responsible for our town's recognition, but now that some people claim to have seen it. Do you believe in the ghost? Oh, I'm a practical man. I only believe in the tangible. Seeing and touching are required to determine whether something is real. You flinch at the word touch and move your chair as far away as possible.
What can you tell us about Anastasi?
Why? We were hired by him to investigate the ghost, but I don't know much about him, so I won't tell you anything about him. ... Why? Because he has just arrived. Ask him yourself. Your attention is immediately caught by a sports car in the square. While you are no stranger to fancy vehicles, this one takes the cake. Yeah, it's a fancy orange car. The guy has black hair and glasses. Sunglasses and a bit of a goatee. Roberto Anastasi. Detective Brandon. Miss Vera. Good day, Mr. Anastasi. Please, call me Roberto. Come with me. Brendan's eyes light up. Getting down to business right away. Now that's my favorite kind of client. Brendan reluctantly sits in the back seat while you take your place next to Roberto. When I say Yoto, I immediately recognize you. You were particularly easy to spot, Vera.
Thank you, Roberto.
I should start charging people extra now that I have Vera with me. Ask about the ghost, ask if he's buried, ask where you're going.
So, what can you tell us about this ghost?
Oh, already talking about work? Let's wait until we arrive to my house.
As you wish.
Meanwhile, enjoy the panorama. Isn't it beautiful? Never seen anything like it, sir. Ask if he's married. Okay, whatever. We're gonna make Brandon jealous.
Are you married, Roberto?
Vera, are you sure that's appropriate? No, it's fine. I'm not one to deduct the fees from making a small talk. I am not married. I know I'm a bit old by your country standards, but here in Italy it is not uncommon for men to marry at 40 years of age. Are you interested in marrying me, Vera?
I'm flattered, but I must regretfully decline. I'm too concerned about Brandon's health to entertain thoughts of marriage. Jealousy is a chronic condition.
What? You can do what you want. You and Roberto continue joking, forming an easy repartee at Brandon's expense. Your partner stays awkwardly silent.
All right, playtime's over. Poor Brandon. Roberto, you came here so fast that we didn't have time to ask you where we're going.
My apologies. I'm just heading back to home. Worry not, I'm perfectly harmless. I have no intentions of kidnapping you.
Oh, what a pity.
At least not Mr. Mackey. I may have to make an exception for you, Vera. You take a look at Brandon with the rearview mirror. He's looking outside the window grumpily and tapping his fingers against an armrest.
Sorry, Brandon. I simply can't resist teasing you. Green becomes you.
You finally arrive in front of Anastasi's prodigious villa. The beautiful stone entrance with its handcrafted iron gate captivates you. This is your home? Yes, nice, isn't it? Welcome to Villa Anastasi. Next time I'll remember to ask you for more money, assuming there's a next time. Is your partner always so grouchy, Vera?
Not at all. It's more that our sense of humor doesn't match his.
The courtyard leading to Anastasi's villa is beautiful in simplicity. Enclosed by hedges, a beautiful standing stationary fountain rests in the middle of the garden. A short distance away are white benches where visitors can pass the time reading or admiring the villa's classical architecture and the mountains receding in the distance. So yeah, it's a big manor-like house. Like it's a villa. Let's get inside.
Wait, can I look at the garden for a minute?
Oh, of course. I'll be waiting inside. You dip your fingers into the fountain water while waiting for Roberto to leave. As soon as your client enters the house, Brendan sits next to you. Do you really want to look at the garden, or was that an excuse?
No, you're right. I want to talk with you.
I hope you don't plan on telling me that you're planning on proposing to Roberto. No matter what the guy says, it's not professional to be so buddy-buddy with a client.
Roberto's not really my type. That said, let's have a little chat about more serious matters.
Ask about Roberto.
What do we know about him?
We haven't learned anything beyond what I already told you, which isn't saying much. He's incredibly wealthy, but that goes without saying.
Maybe that old man was right about Roberto.
Why? Are you saying the possession of riches correspond to the possession of evil?
In most cases, yes. I should know. My father and I are an exception.
Oh, I see. Examine the garden. Vera, where are you going? Roberto is waiting for us inside.
I only want to take a look. Just as I thought.
Mind enlightening your audience?
This villa has no security cameras. It's pretty irresponsible for someone to keep such a splendid place unprotected.
Are you saying this out of personal experience?
Of course. We want to protect our property just like everybody else does. There are sometimes money can replace. Some things money cannot replace. Ah, there they are. I stand corrected. Interesting.
What is interesting?
They're very new. Wireless cameras. You can place them anywhere in the range of your wireless LAN.
I see.
Sounds like my explanation went over your head.
What? No, I understood. Roberto installed cameras without wires and,
In practice, within a certain range of the villa, he can put any camera anywhere he wants and monitor the video feed.
New clue added under location section, Villa Anastasi. Several wire security camera. Okay. Even audio?
I don't think so. There's too much background noise, especially when you position them outdoors.
Right. Well, let's reconvene another time. Better go inside. His garden isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
I suppose it wouldn't make much sense for me to admire it all in one sitting. He might get suspicious if we're gone for too long.
You enter the luxurious villa, and Roberto invites you to follow him into the living room. Okay, we can examine the room, ask about his wealth, ask if he saw the ghost, or get straight to the point. Okay, examine the room. You take a quick look at the room. Portraits of his ancestor and family members adorn the beige walls. Your eyes wander to the portrait hanging over the fireplace. This one's you're looking now is of my mother Maria. Oh, I see.
I see.
I was very fond of her. She was a kind-hearted woman.
Poor Roberto. He must really miss his mother. I wonder how long it's been. Maybe I should try rigging his mind now.
Okay. So let's try I. No, A. A lot of A. So maybe T and H. That. E. R. Father. Yeah. That. Oh, bastard of a father. How. W. B. S. D. That bastard of a father, ow, or E. I don't know the word. How could? How could he? Success. That bastard of a father, how could he marry again so soon after mother died? And in the way she did even, I refuse to leave behind anything of hers in this house.
Robert hasn't forgiven his father for marrying another woman, and he has no picture of the second wife. Either his displeasure over his father's action extends that far, or he dislikes this woman on a personal level. Could this have something to do with how Maria died? How did she die?
Why are you asking?
No reason. I apologize for being insensitive.
Well, there's a little point in me keeping it quiet. You would have found it out anyway. It's easy enough just to ask around. I might as well tell you the story myself. She was diagnosed as clinically insane. My mother spent her last days in a mental hospital. New clue added under character sections, Roberto Anastasi. Roberto's mother died several years ago in a mental hospital. His father got itch shortly after the death. Anastasia never forgave him for that. We're sorry to hear that, Mr. Anastasi. It was a long time ago. Let's talk about something else. Okay, the money.
If you don't mind me asking, where did your wealth come from?
Oh, my wealth? Vera, don't ask something so personal. Oh, it's no trouble at all. I have nothing to hide. This castle belongs to my family. What? Your ancestor owned the castle? Exactly. They owned it up until the early 20th century when they donated to the community. I suspect it was getting too expensive to maintain. However, my family has always been affluent. Our riches were spread among family members, all of whom possessed a piece of land or oversaw activities in the surrounding area. And since I was the only heir left, all the wealth that the family accumulated over the years became mine.
That's impressive.
Oh, I can't really complain, but it's still nothing compared to your father's wealth, Miss Blanc. Ask if he saw the ghost.
Have you ever seen the ghost yourself?
Of course. Unfortunately, I cannot provide any details. What do you mean? The ghost is beyond the words. It's like a strong white light. From what I could tell, its shape was undefined. You need more than gambler's luck to catch it. Blink and you'll miss it. I was lucky to catch a glimpse.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
Trust me, I saw it. It's scary. Sometimes I wish we could turn into a zombie once in a while. At least I'd be slow enough for someone to notice. Well, the biggest bucks for the superior prey. So let's get straight to business, Roberto. Why did you hire us, and why do you want us to do? Oh, of course, enough idle talk. I want you to stop this madness.
You mean you don't believe?
I paid a team specialist that came here a week ago with some equipment to do some measurements.
What kind of measurements?
I have no clue, and all I know is that they found a drop in the temperature in the spots where the ghosts have been sighted by tourists and visitors. You mean... How should I put this? How about that wall over there? The specialist determined that the temperature was sub-zero in a small enclosed zone over there. As you can imagine, this is quite impossible during summer.
What were their findings?
They were unable to provide an explanation. They have no clue how this is happening. That's incredible. A little too incredible if you ask me. I am not interested in making my home a tourist site. Well, not more of one than it already is. Ask why doesn't want more tourists. Ask about the scientist. Ask if he has any suggestion. We're gonna ask everything.
You don't want your own town to gain publicity?
I'm a reserved man. I don't like crowds, and I very much enjoy peace and quiet over the rowdiness associated with tourism. Taking a sip. A ghost aside, it certainly screams Humbletown, I'll give you that. Good, I want it to remain as it is now. Ask about the scientist.
What about those scientists? Aren't they going to spread the word about the incredible discovery they made?
That shouldn't be a problem, I took care of them. Brandon ... I made them sign a contract before conducting the business. If they tell anyone that they're ruined, mark my words, they will not talk. Brandon laughs and refrains from looking at Roberto directly. He had something. He had a thought. When the Italian says I took care of them personally, we always think about Godfather. Ever the businessman, huh? I'll take your word for it, Mr. Anastasi. Hey, consider them marked. Ask if he has any suggestion.
Do you have any clue where we might start?
Well, since the ghost has only been sighted in the castle, I suggest you start your investigation there. Right, good idea. So, if I understood correctly, you must find a way to dispose of this ghost? Exactly, I don't care how, kill it, scare it away, whatever. I approve of whatever method you choose, I just want it out of my sight. We'll do our best. Roberto glances at the clock. I believe we exhausted this topic for today. If you don't mind, I have to make an appearance at the business meeting. I've called a taxi that will bring you to the agriturismo where you'll be standing. The agriturismo. An agritourism establishment, huh? Thanks. We'll keep in touch. Take care. See you soon. After a short drive, the taxi drops you in the front of a beautiful agriturismo. It's surrounded by olive trees and all the houses are made of stone. It looks very countryside and typical. The grass is very high. There are a lot of trees and bushes. And it's in the mountains. It looks very picturesque. At the entrance of the agriturismo, there are two vases filled with roses. You kneel down and marvel at their fragrance and thornless stems. Wow! Thornless! Do you like our roses, Mrs. Vera? You were nearly drop a rose. Feeling almost guilty for touching something that isn't yours.
Oh, sorry, you startled me.
Yes, they're very beautiful. You are... A short, slim, bespectacled boy emerges from the agriturismo. I'm Paolo Goofy. Welcome to our bed and breakfast. Hello, Paolo. Your English is impressive. Thank you. We have many foreigners as visitors, so we need to know it well for business transaction. Ask if he's the owner.
Are you the owner of this place?
I'm an employee. The owner is Mr. Anastasi, of course. Hey, why didn't I see it coming? Ask about the ghost.
We're here to investigate the ghost.
Paolo pumps his fists, knees bent in excitement. Oh, really? That's great! Enthusiastic, aren't you? Any particular reason? I'm a big fan of the paranormal, studying occultism, spiritual entities, supernatural occurrences. It's a hobby of mine. Despite my fanaticism, I'm afraid I cannot provide any assistance. I'm one of the few persons in this town who has yet to see it.
Really?
Yes, isn't it ironic? I call myself a fan of the occult, but I never seen the ghost. New clues added under character sections. Paolo Goofy. Paolo is a big fan of anything involving the supernatural, yet he claims he have never seen the ghost himself. Okay. Interesting detail. Don't stress yourself over that. I guarantee the committee won't revoke your membership card. Who knows? Maybe you'll see it too. Get ready for dinner. Brendan's laughed and rubs his belly. So, when's dinner? Sorry? The cook is preparing it as we speak. I take it you aren't familiar with Italian cuisine.
Well...
Can't say that I am. I'm looking forward to it. I've been anchoring from some ever since coming here. You are in for a treat then. Even the pickiest eaters admits to liking our menu. Dinner will be about an hour. We'll see you later in the restaurant.
It was nice meeting you, Paolo.
You head to your houses. Anastasi was really generous. You and Brendan have a whole house each at your own disposal. So they have their own houses in the agriturismo? Interesting. Yes, it's two houses, one next to each other. As the sun set, the red and sky colors the surrounding fields orange before giving away to brilliant violet. The atmosphere is so relaxing, and the heat of the day leaves its place to a warm summer evening. The atmosphere is so relaxing, and the heat of the day leaves its place to a warm. Okay.
This is completely different from the time we spent in Germany. How long has it been since my first case? Sure, we were in a foreign country, but the trip alone made me apprehensive. The agriturismo is huge comfort. I wouldn't mind coming back. It's almost like I'm vacationing here, minus the ghost busting.
Their stomach makes its opinion known.
Right, dinner. I better get dressed properly for the occasion.
Da da da.
Should I go with a ponytail? I'll keep my neck cool. There, that should do it.
Yeah, she's having an evening gown. A nice bright red. She looks lovely and she has a ponytail. Yeah, her neck is cool and she has a little choker. You fiddle with your bracelet as you make your way to the dining table where your fellow detective is already seated. Alerted by the sound of your footsteps, Brendan stopped rearranging the condiments. Nice to see you. I was getting hello?
What is it?
Nothing. I almost didn't recognize you.
Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Yes, absolutely. He coughed into his fist. I'm an honest man, Vera. Sure, I need to be tight-lipped from time to time, and I'm great at stretching the truth when worse come to worse. But it would take an inordinate amount of skills for me to lie about something that can't be argued.
Rather verbose tonight, Brendan.
Look, what I'm trying to say is, you look stunning. His shyness never fails to surprise you. It's a refreshing change from his usual bravado. You laugh and decide to let it off for now.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
They're enjoying their wine. The wine is very purple. It's like grape juice. That's not the right color of wine, but I'll let it slide. There's a quart of a baguette, and then there's a food. The candle is way too close of the corner of the table. Like Brendan can knock it out with his elbow if he wants. It's very dangerous. And the nap looks very... the tablecloth looks very long, like it could be catch on fire. The night flies by as you sample dish after dish. Brendan spent several minutes scrutinizing the label on the bottle of wine, no doubt counting the zeros in an hypothetical figure. He looks younger in the glow of candlelight, warm to the touch.
I know our ambience relies on lightning. It's very cozy, bordering on romantic even. Wouldn't you agree, Brendan?
Yes. Brendan pours himself a glass and sets the bottle down. You set your fork down and lace your fingers together.
This is what most people would call that a date.
Brendan nearly spits out his wine mid-sip. He wipes the evidence away with his sleeve, even eyes focus on anything that isn't you.
Don't take it so seriously. Do people lose their sense of humor once they become elders? You would never consider dating a girl as young as I, would you?
No, of course I wouldn't.
Then we have nothing to worry about. The food will lose its flavor if you leave it untouched.
The tension from Brendan's shoulders evaporates. Yeah, it would be wasteful if we just went on yakking all night, rude to the staff if they saw how much we left on our plate. With that said, he eagerly spins his fork, shoveling noodles in his mouth with gusto. They call them noodles? Yes, Italian noodles. Chef Boyardee, right?
I wouldn't mind going on a real date with you, Brendan. You're nice too tonight.
Enjoying dinner. So this is Paolo in the butler suit. He having the little towel on his arm.
Oh yes, the food is delicious.
Told you, our cook is fantastic, and all the ingredients come from the organic food we cultivate in the fields around us. Brandon's fork clatters against his plate. Give my compliments to the chef. I think I'm ready for another helping.
Were you still eating when Paolo came to check up on us?
I couldn't help myself. We're just that good. Brandon's words dawdle as the intensity of your stare increases bit by bit. I'll interpret that as an expression of praise. I will return shortly with more. Can't wait! Once Paolo leaves, you flick a grape at Brandon's forehead. Unfortunately for his manner, and fortunately for the cleaners, he's too engrossed in sampling everything that isn't on your plate to care. The rest of the dinner is uneventful. You and Brandon are too busy eating to even bother with talking. It's a good thing Emmanuel isn't there to berate you.
I'm going to sleep. See you tomorrow.
Good night. Ugh, I think I ate too much. You toss and turn in bed.
Nothing particularly stressful happened today, and yet, why do I feel so restless? It feels like the quiet before the storm. I don't like this. What is this?
The air is charged with tension, and a chill that has nothing to do with the weather settles over your bones. She's having a weird nightgown. Like, I don't see any clothes at all. I don't think she sleeps naked, but probably her nightgown has a very low cut and very thin straps.
Could it be? What is this sound? Is this some sort of message? Is someone trying to communicate with me?
Oh yeah, okay, so she got out of bed, she was having a bra and some very short panties. She's exposing a lot of skin. You hasten to the window.
Is there anybody out there?
Nobody replies. Then you turn your head and see...
The ghost!
It's real. You saw the ghost. An ethereal figure travels along the olive tree. Its figure is indistinct, but you can tell it's vaguely humanoid. Yeah. Like... It looks like it's a projection of some sort, but... It's probably from the wireless cameras. They're probably all around the trees or something.
I have to go wake Brandon up and run after that thing before it disappears.
She puts some things on, you throw something on, and make for Brandon's room.
Brandon, wake up!
Before you have the chance to knock the door, the knob turns. A clear-eyed Brandon opens the door. What is it? I couldn't get to sleep tonight. I don't know how to explain it, but...
There's no time to talk! Follow me! I saw the ghost!
What? The ghost? You start running as fast as you can, trying to not lose track of the ghost. You're about to play a memory minigame. This involves memorizing and reproducing a sequence of numbers in the correct order.
There it is! Can you see it?
Yes, quick, we must not lose him. Push when ready to see the sequence. Okay. 4, 7, 5, 4, 7, 5, 4, 7, 5, 4, 4, 7, 5, 4, 6. 4, 7, 5, 4, 6. Success! You keep running without turning back. You hear Brandon's footsteps behind you. Push when ready to see the sequence. Okay, there's another. 3, 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 3, 8, 3, 7, 3, 8, 3, 7, 6. 3, 8, 3, 7, 6. Success! Despite the time of day, you are drenched in sweat. Italy's summer's heat is not to be underestimated. Keep running, Vera! Push when ready to see the sequence. Okay. 3, 4, 3, 4, 0, 3, 4, 0, 7. Okay. Shit!
Damn it, we lost the ghost!
Fuck, I wanna go back. 4, 0, 7, 4. Oh, 3, 4, 0, 7. Okay. 3, 4, 0, 7. So I can go back if I miss a number. Success. The ghost refuses to stop. Push when ready to see the sequence. 4, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 0. Success. You arrive in the clearing, but you have lost sight of the ghost. Vera, look over there.
Oh my god!
Somebody's being hung from a tree.
Who is that man?
I have no clue. There's a police officer there. His name was Ricardo Ricci. New clue added under general section ghost. I saw the ghost in the agriturismo. Floating among the olive trees, I lost the ghost and found a hanging man instead. His name was Ricardo.
Eek!
You nearly jumped, startled by the unfamiliar voice.
Who are you?
Massimo Fanti. Sorry, I'm Massimo Fanti. I'm a hired guard. You can talk to
me in Italian, I understand you.
Ah, good. My English isn't very good. Riccardo recently married a woman named Lucia. They were on their honeymoon. You translate for Brandon. What? Why would he commit suicide then?
Why would he take his own life when he has such a long life ahead of him?
Unless it wasn't a suicide. Hey, aren't you suspecting us, aren't you? Relax, I was patrolling the perimeter and saw you running like crazy, so I followed you from a distance. I know you aren't responsible. You couldn't have made it in time. This place is going to be crawling with police soon, but we still have some time to talk before they do. New clues added on the character sections, Ricardo and Lucia. Ricardo and Lucia Ricci were enjoying their honeymoon in the agriturismo. Apparently, Ricardo was a photographer. Can we take a look? We'll be careful.
Please, Massimo.
You haven't introduced yourself, miss.
I'm Vera Blanc. Pleased to meet you.
The prisoner is all mine. It's rare to meet a woman like you around here. Like, okay. I don't know if the artist who does that on purpose, like, okay, I'm gonna grab something on and run into the woods. She was still running barefoot, and whatever she was wearing is see-through material. Not to rain on your parade, but I don't think this is the right time to pick someone up, Massimo. Huh? What did you say?
Brandon, this might be useful. Wait.
Ask about Ricardo and Lucia. Read Massimo's mind or ask for permission to look around. I'm gonna read his mind. Okay, so there's punctuation and blah 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 and a dot dot dot. So I'm gonna try with I, E, R, F, no F, S. This blank is maybe A. Really? L and Y. T, H. This guy is really like blank. I should. Okay, O U. D, G. Oh, this guy is really lucky. I should. C? Yeah, this guy's really lucky. CK. Success. This guy is really lucky. I should ask him for tips on how to find a partner like that. She's seriously hot. Too bad she doesn't know Too bad he doesn't know Italian.
Ugh, I should have expected such stuff. I don't have time to put on something less provocative. I don't like how he's looking at me.
Ask about Ricardo and Lucia. There's a lot I don't know. They just arrived yesterday. I only know that he was a photographer. He always had a camera with him.
And what about Lucia?
Lucia is a very attractive girl. Not as beautiful as you, of course. What is he saying? Why is he winking like that?
Nothing, Brendan. I'll tell you later. Now, Massimo, please go on.
She said she met him one day when she wanted to make a personal portfolio. It was, I quote, love at first sight. But...
Yes?
Maybe it was just my impression. I thought that Paolo was very interested in her. I saw them talking alone in the hall of this afternoon.
Ah, interesting. This might be useful. Thank you.
Nucleated on the character sections, Riccardo and Lucia. The guard Massimo Fanti saw Lucia Ricci and Paolo Guffi talking in private in the hallway of the Agriturismo this afternoon. I think Paolo really likes her. Okay. Ask for permission to look around.
Can we take a look around, please?
It's not a good idea for you to do that. Civilians have no business.
I know this is not the jurisdiction. I know this is not the jurisdiction. I know this is now the jurisdiction of the local police, but we're both private detectives hired by the owner himself. You said the police won't be here for a while, correct?
Oh, really? Did you meet Roberto?
Yes, we went to his villa yesterday. Mr. Anastasi gave us permission to conduct searches of the area. He mentioned that he wouldn't be happy should anyone interfere with our investigation.
Massimo flattened his hat firmly against his head, its rim casting a shadow over his eye. Fine. If he said that, I don't want to argue with him. You can take a look around until the police arrive.
Thank you. Brendan, come, let's take a look.
But what did you tell him?
Doesn't matter. Let's just say that I was persuasive.
Brilliant in the art of rhetoric. Gotcha.
Alright, let's get started.
Look carefully at the image of the screen and identify 4 differences. Okay. Spot all the differences to solve the minigame, move the ring over them and push interact button to find the clue and eliminate it. Don't randomly push on the screen or you might be penalized. After 3 errors, you fail the minigame. So, this. There's a stain on the shirt. There's a smidge here. There's something on the tree. Is this one? No. Looks like grainy, but... one of them is not a real error, is my TV screen who's it's got a little dirt on it. Ah, it was a light reflection. It was not some grainy on the it was not the illustration that was the issue. That was my television was a stain. That's why I can't add that as an error. Oops. So... Oh! Found it. Some extra pen strokes over here. There you go. Success!
Hey, over here, there's a camera on the ground.
Oh, broken camera. Looks like the camera doesn't contain any clues, at least not anymore. It's broken.
It's a very expensive one.
Yeah, how much?
My father gave me one just like this last year. It retails at over 15,000 euros.
Seriously?
Ricardo was either a professional or incredibly rich.
Why do you say that?
It's not customary for non-area enthusiasts to be able to afford such expensive equipment, much less carry it around. 15,000 euros isn't a trivial sum.
I'll be reluctant to take it out if I were him. Well, that or put it in a safe or some sort when I'm not using it. But I guess it's easy enough to replace for a tycoon. New clue added under object section, Ricardo's camera. Must be a professional, cause he dropped it. It appears the memory card is still inside if he managed to photograph the murderer.
We should get...
Hey, not this again. We need to cooperate with the local authorities this time.
Spoil sport.
I can't have my partner becoming a hypocrite, you know. You pass the memory card along to Fanti, who shows it to a member of the forensics team. They have a netbook with them, so they're able to access its contents immediately.
This is Paolo.
What? Paolo Goofy killed Ricardo? Fanti steps aside to let you and Brendan take a look. Well, these are definitely pictures taken at the scene of the crime. It probably happened just a few hours ago or even less. So we see a picture of Paolo being scared at something in front of the moonlight.
Paolo looks startled.
It almost like this was taken just as he was caught in the act. It's suspicious to say the least. Your suspicion rises when Paolo Goofy is nowhere to be found. New clue added under object sections, Ricardo's camera. We found an incredibly expensive but broken camera on the ground below Ricardo's dead body. The likelihood of him being rich is high when you consider the quality of the camera. We found pictures depicting Paolo in the camera's memory card. They were taken on the night of Ricardo's death. The quality isn't great, but Paolo is clearly recognizable. He has a scared look on his face. Declaring that's enough for tonight, you return to your room and close your eyes, hoping the Sandman won't forget you. Another day of investigative work officially passes by. Day 2, trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. The morning after, you receive a call from Anastasi, who had already been informed of everything. He has many friends among the police. I still can't believe Paolo did that. I've known him for a long time, and he never seemed the sort of murder before. He was a little eccentric and overly fond of the paranormal, but an otherwise a good boy who did his job well.
I feel the same way about Paolo. He's not the sort of person I could call a criminal. We'll provide you with an update as soon as we possibly can.
Did you speak with Massimo Fanti yet?
Yes, I found it interesting that he saw Lucia, Ricardo's wife, talking with Paolo several times yesterday afternoon.
It's not something we can simply sweep under the rug. If you wish to speak with Lucia, you can find her at the police station. They're questioning her as we speak. She's still in shock over what just happened. I told the police to leave their doors open to you. You should have complete access to anything they might discover. Good luck with your investigation. I will speak to you when I have more time to spare.
Thank you, Roberto.
Select the location you want to investigate or return home to review the situation. Okay, so this is home. This is Villa Anastasi, your client's home. This is the castle. Impressive castle overlooks the entire town. Oh, there's an alarm. I don't need it anymore. This is a souvenir shop, one of the best souvenir shops in the town. Its shelves are furnished to the point of bursting. Its employees regularly restock. Church, small stone church. Police station, barges. Local police are all reliable, if not stubborn bunch. Stop! Where are you going?
We're detectives, Blanc and Mackie. We have Anastasi's permission to come here and question Lucia.
Blanc and Mackie, huh? We heard about you guys. And as you can see, she's in a state of shock. We got clearance, but remember to go easy on her. Of course. You open the door to the interrogation room.
Hello, Lucia. I'm Vera, and this is my colleague, Detective Brandon.
Hi. She's blonde with short hair with some freckles. It's like borderline between yellow and orange. As a model who has traveled around the world for photo shoots, Lucia is well acquainted with foreign languages. You have a little trouble understanding her.
Can we ask you some question?
Yes. Ask about Paolo. No, let's read her mind first. A. I. R. No R. S. No S. T. Okay, H. Cannot. I cannot believe. Yeah, believe. I cannot believe that Paolo. L V P. Success. I cannot believe that Paolo really did this to my Ricardo. Okay, ask about Paolo.
We were staying at the same agriturismo. I remember seeing you yesterday talking with Paolo.
Lucia taps her foot against the floor. You people sure like asking the same question. You are horrible at reading the atmosphere, aren't you? Show some sympathy. Lucia, calm down. I just lost my husband, and you have the gall to tell me to calm down? The police have no business regulating my emotions. I'm suffering here. How could you accuse me of having an affair with that insignificant, stupid Paolo?
What a strong reaction. Does she hate Paolo?
Haven't you seen me? Do I look like someone who would fall in love with a busboy? Not to mention one who is 5 years younger than me? I guess not. Agree or disagree?
You know what now? Why not?
But Vera...
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Love isn't born from logic. It then transcends age, social status, and so on. You want me to believe that a love between you and Paolo is impossible? I don't think so. Unlikely, maybe, but not impossible.
What? The nerve of you!
And the fact that you get more angry as we speak about it strengthens my theory. ...
Do you really expect me to be calm after losing the person I love most? Why is this so hard to believe? New clue added under character section Ricardo and Lucia.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Ask about Ricardo. He was the best man I ever met.
Have you any idea what he might meet with Apollo that night in that place?
Yes, I already told the police. The spot where you found Ricardo's body, there's a beautiful view of the town. Yeah, the view's pretty stunning. Paolo was really selling it yesterday evening. I think Ricardo spent more time chatting with Paolo than me during dinner. He was eager to take some picture at sunset.
Why didn't go with them?
No, I had a very bad headache and took some pills. I went to bed shortly after dinner. Ricardo told me he was going to check that place with Paolo, so I opted for rest. I thought it was safe, but I couldn't have ever imagined that. Lucia bites her lips as tears well up. Her speech was a little rough, but you could tell she felt anguish over the loss of her husband. New clue added under character section, Ricardo and Lucia. When I questioned Lucia's relationship with Paolo, Lucia got very angry. I'm not sure if there's something going on between them, but I should keep my eyes open. Apparently, Ricardo went with Paolo to reach a particular spot where he could take some picture at sunset. We found Ricardo's body at that very location. Lucia took some sleeping pill before they left. Okay. You exit the interrogation room just as the officer from before passes by. How did it go? Poor woman, she's really broken.
I think there's more to it than that. She's hiding something.
Like what?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, let us know when you guys figure something out. Anyway, Anastasia asked us to pass along whatever info we found to you. We had Lucia tested, and the result confirmed that she took some sleeping pills yesterday. That's a relief. At least that part of her story was true. We're still collecting clues and examining Ricardo's body. We should have the result ready by tomorrow.
Good. We will come back tomorrow then.
So there's a police station. Cannot go there. No longer there's no longer any lights. There's less coloring than before. Small church, souvenir shop, town square, Guido's coffee, hospital. The town's hospital is very big and well equipped considering the town size. There's any reason to go there. Okay. What do you have in mind going at the Guido's coffee shop?
Can't you guess? The Bat Barman, Guido.
Oh, that guy. Right, I remember him. You had quite an audience that day. Really appreciate you stripping in front of him.
Hey, it was too hot. And I wasn't stripping. If he can't control himself, it's not my fault. Anyway, what I mean is that he seems to know a lot about everyone. A good place to start, I think.
Not a bad idea. A bell jingled as you enter the coffee shops. Guido doesn't look up, face twisted with anger. Greeting. Oh, we're gonna greet him.
Hey, Guido!
Guido, ... Something wrong? Paolo, I love him since he was a young boy. I can't believe he killed someone. How? How did you find out? Word spreads fast. I'm a good friend of Massimo's and...
Look, we're investigating this matter.
Can you help us? You seem like a popular guy. Ask away. Tell him you saw the ghost. Ask about Paolo. Ask about Nasi. I'm going to ask about Paolo.
So, did you see Paolo around?
Oh, I haven't. People who live to see another face once I get my hands on it. Whoa, calm down. He killed a recently wed man on his honeymoon. I saw Lucia entering the police station this morning. She was crying. Do you have any idea what she got going through?
Murder is forgivable.
Exactly right. I won't let this go unpunished. Leave it to me. If I found something worthwhile, I will contact the police immediately and let you know. Thanks. Ask about Nasi.
What can you tell us about that old man, Nasi?
He really is a lunatic, isn't he?
Has he always been like that?
He's been that way for as long as I known him. He was admitted to the mental hospital when he was a boy. Really? Yes. Then there was an earthquake.
What earthquake?
A big one. It happened 30 years ago, I think. Or maybe it was 40. I'm getting old. Anyway, as I was saying, it destroyed many buildings around here. The mental hospital didn't collapse, but it wasn't safe anymore. So they let all the patients out.
Where is this building?
Here. I've marked it on your map. New location unlocked. Abandoned building. New clue added under location section mental hospital. What? They just let them out? They transferred the most serious cases to other structures in this region. They chose to release harmless people like Nasi. He's stone broke and lives in a sort of shack in the woods nearby. Most people here offer him free food and try to help him when they can. New clue added on the character section. Gino Nasi. Interesting.
We should visit that mental hospital and see if we can have a chat with Nasi.
I'm always up for a little socializing. Tell him you saw the ghost.
Listen, I know this might sound crazy, but we saw the ghost.
Go on.
We believe the ghost had something to do with what happened.
Really? What of it?
Maybe he forced Paolo to kill Ricardo? He's not agreeing, but he's not disagreeing either. You know Paolo for a long time and said he was a good boy.
That's exactly what I said. I'm not Paolo, but I don't believe in the existence of ghosts. I must admit, however, that what you said had some merit. This is exactly like that one movie, The Exorcist. He was possessed. Brendan hides a smile behind his fingers. You've got your trivia mixed up. She was possessed by the devil, not a ghost. Doesn't matter, it's all the same to me, I'm convinced. Alright, let's go to the abandoned building. Whoa, this old building was a mental hospital when it's prime. That building is cracked as hell. It's like that building saw a drone attack, like a scene, like it was a target for missiles. You arrive in front of the mental hospital. It seems deserted and there are several cracks over the exterior walls. There's a warning sign in front of it. Yeah, don't go in. The ceiling might fall on your head. I don't think it's safe to go inside. Besides, it seems empty.
You got a point. For now, let's stay clear of this place.
Okay. So let's not go there until we really have to. So, where else can we go? Can I go to the castle? Oh no, we can!
This castle is impressive!
Yeah, it's really majestic. Tommaso Leone. I'm glad you like our most precious monument.
Oh, sorry, we didn't see you, Mr.
Tommaso Leone. I serve as the castle custodian and guide. It's a family tradition. My father and grandfather both held the same job.
Can we take
a look inside? That won't be possible. The visiting hours just ended.
But
come back tomorrow and I'll be glad to help you. He leads you to the exit before you can argue with him. I know you were hired to investigate the ghost. Mr. Anastasi told me about you. But rules are rules. I'm sure you can wait until tomorrow. Wait until tomorrow, insist or read his mind. Let's read his mind. Okay, so one letter word, I or A. It's I. I must. It feels like the next word is must. Let's try S. No. Anastasi. T. Maybe it's nose. Sounds like it. W. K. Nose. What? H. I. Ho. 4-letter words begin with ho. Howl. I hope. Hope. Yes. I hope Anastasi knows what. Okay, success. Okay, so this is shady. I hope Anastasi knows what he's doing by giving such people full access to our precious castle.
This man has nothing to hide besides his temper.
New clue added on the location section of the castle. I suggest you visit the Church of St. Augustine or the cemetery or on the other side of the town. Okay, new location unlocked, cemetery.
Why those places in particular?
The church is architecturally attractive. I have yet to grow tired of the Romanesque style. If churches are not to your taste, the graveyard is home to beautiful stone sculptures. Ah, I see. Well, we're not really on a holiday here.
What my companion meant to say was, we'll take a look anyway, thanks.
Okay, so let's try the cemetery. We already have a queue for the church. This must be the Church of Saint Augustine. You arrive at a Romanesque church in the outskirts of town. This place is really nice, isn't it?
The town is swarming with arts and culture. It's a pity about the unbearable heat.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, that reminds me. I gave a little shout out to my latest follower, Bombastic Sounds, who was giving me a follow just yesterday. So thank you so much, Bombastic Sounds. I almost forgot about that. I promised myself to say something to him, but yeah, thank you so much, Bombastic. I don't know why it just popped me when he was saying, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" It's like,
do you even have to ask? Let's take a break from it inside the church.
The church is practically empty, only a few people are seated inside. You can hardly believe how cool it is indoors. Thankful for the reprieve from the sun's intense rays, you spent half an hour admiring the church decor. That's it? Okay. Town square? The first thing you notice about entering the town square is the water fountain. Surrounded by and shaded by trees, the structure looks like a godsend. The sound of pouring water soothes your spirits. The second thing you notice is a group of teenagers shouting under one of the trees. You recognize Bernie amongst them. Are you sure you want to talk with those teenagers again?
I haven't decided. Maybe they know Paolo?
Bah, I think it's a complete waste of time, but if you want to try, I won't stop you. Talk to the teenagers.
Hi, boys.
Okay, so the thing that I thought was a red sun was actually a burning heart. Oh, it's the cliche girlfriend tattoos. I got a hot girlfriend tattoos and her name is something something. And then there's a cross just underneath it. Like a real Roman cross. Vera, it's always a pleasure to see you. The boys rush to make themselves look more presentable, only to promptly give up once they see Brenda next to you. Oh, it's the old guy. Brendan doesn't bother to hide his mutual resentment. I must please a sponge to see you brats again. Please a sponge.
Brendan, please.
I suppose you want to talk about Paolo?
Yes, do you know him?
Yeah, let me set the record straight. I am not his friend. Can't stand the guy, to be honest.
And?
As much as I dislike the guy, I can't see him even considering murder. He doesn't have the guts. Sure, he's kind of weird and into horror. Don't get my started on the slasher film, but that doesn't make him a killer. He's harmless. Heck, a girl wouldn't have a problem beating him in an arm wrestling match. Okay. New clue added on the character section, Filippo Berni. So, said Paolo would have never be able to kill anyone. He would have the guts to do it. Okay. Nothing about a girl being able to beat him in a arm wrestling match. Not a clue. I thought you boys all love horror movies. Yeah, but he was downright fanatical about it. Love doesn't begin to describe it, and he has a collection of books about occultism and such stuff. You sure know a lot about him, considering what you said. He's no friend of mine. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Guy isn't too popular, but he should have some buddies hanging out their area. You know what they say, losers flock together. He laughed politely, and Bernie exchanged a smug look with one of his friends.
I see. Well, I appreciate your cooperation. Bye.
Bernie goes slack jaw at your playful dismissal. Wait, don't you want to talk? You heard the lady. See you later, kid. We're for business, sir. Would you kindly get the fuck away from our face? Thank you very much. Alright, let's go to the cemetery.
Wow, this place looks old.
It's a cemetery, girl. In Italy. What do you think would you found in the cemetery in all, like, surprisingly big? There must be at least 100 graves here.
What are we looking for exactly? Do you remember Anastasia telling us about his family?
Okay, so I'm not gonna point out the fact that Vera changed clothes is basically because when she was talking to the teenager, they put the same picture as when she was talking to them the day before, so she had yesterday's clothes, and now her clothes are different. She's wearing a top. I want to say teal, but it's probably yeah. We'll go with teal, and I want to say brown pants, but it's probably not it. Anyway,
do you remember Anastasia telling us about his family?
Still in my head, yeah.
Maybe we'll discover something.
I doubt it, but I guess it doesn't hurt to look around. Look carefully at the images on the screen and identify 6 differences. I can see 3 right now. 4. Spot all the difference. Find the clue to eliminate. Okay. So there's one here. There's one X on the statue. Very obvious. There's one in the sky. Another one in the sky. One here. And one left. I want to say this. Yes. Success.
Hey, over here, I found something interesting.
What is it?
Looks like a family tomb.
Brendan knees down and start examining the tomb. Yep, this must be Roberto's father, Marco. This one belongs to Elena, his second wife. His first wife, Maria, has been placed below her.
Yes, I recognize the person at the bottom. The picture is the same as the portrait in Roberto's living room.
Did Marco Anastasi want to distance himself from Maria?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's common to put your second wife next to you?
Weird hierarchical order, if you ask me. I think we're still missing something. Yeah, I mean, the way it's put, it's as if... Let me read. Yeah, the first wife is placed below. So the second wife is placed next to the father, but the first wife is put below as if it wasn't that important. New clue added under object section, Anastasi tombstone. Okay. Souvenir shop. You arrive in front of the souvenir shop. A steady stream of tourists pour in and out of the building, but in the line show no signs of shortening. Well, looks like the ghost story brought in a lot of tourists.
Don't forget the reputation, their food and wine. This town is the perfect tourist trap.
You try to a quick look inside. Store employees are busy restocking shelves and dealing with customers. Most of them don't seem accustomed to today's workload. The news of the murder must have attracted even more people than usual. You step back and realize that someone has been glaring at you. People sure take their souvenir shopping seriously.
I was just looking! I wasn't planning to cut in line! Let's go somewhere else. It's impossible to enter now.
Agreed. So the only thing I can go... Fountain? You revisit the town square. Bernie and his ragtag group look ready to pummel a familiar old man. What's going on over there?
Take a closer look.
They're ganging up on the old man. You psycho! Get away from me! I heard her and so you hear her too. Her? The ghost is a man, idiot. Recess is over, kids. Grouchy children should take a nap. Bernie wags his finger at Brendan. Oh, look at the big detective. He's playing the bad boy to impress his cute partner. Poor fool. Now I'm really tired of you. Brendan's smile doesn't match his expression. Let's go. I don't want any trouble with the police.
Nasi, everything all right?
Nasi tips his hat. Gino, Nasi. Oh, don't worry. I grew up getting picked up on. I'm used to it. Someone should teach those boys a lesson.
Calm down, Brendan. Nasi, we overheard the conversation. What was it about?
They didn't believe me, but I know it's true. What is true exactly? The ghost! She spoke to me!
She?
Of course, the ghost is a woman. A beautiful woman who blinds those who try to see her. You could add it under general section ghost. Gino Nasi claims that the ghost is a woman who possesses a beauty that blinds anyone who tries to look at her. Okay, apparently she's a hottie. Okay. How do you know the ghost is a woman?
Sorry for my skepticism, but how do you know the ghost is a woman?
Because she spoke to me and her voice was so sweet. She was more like an angel than a ghost to me. Did you see the ghost? No, she only spoke to me. We saw the ghost.
Look, this might sound crazy, but we saw the ghost.
Where?
In the Agriturismo. We tried to run after him, after her, but...
Nasi chuckles knowingly. She won't let you see her unless she wants something from you. Something? What does she want? She didn't tell me. I'm sorry.
What did the ghost tell you exactly?
I can't tell you. I can't tell anyone. I promise to stay silent. But... I don't want to anger a ghost. I don't know what she's capable of. And now we see the picture of them meeting with Gino yesterday. So she's wearing the same red vest and blue pants. Nasi gives a 3-finger salute. I can only tell you one thing. The ghost will speak to some other people soon. Very soon. Keep your eyes open. New clue added onto character section. Gino spoke with the ghost. He didn't want to reveal what she told him. He said that the ghost speaks to more people. Okay. Good luck with your investigation. Another day investigating work officially passes by. Day 3, trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. Vera, I know it's a bit early, but are you awake?
I certainly am. It's impossible to sleep in this heat. Did something happen?
I got a call from Roberto yesterday before going to bed. He sounded apologetic about Leonie's behavior.
You told him he refused to show up at the castle?
Not a peep from me. Maybe Leonie told him something?
Just how does Anastasi know so much about everyone? Is he an information broker?
Probably has wireless camera hidden all around the town. Beats me. Anyway, he said that today we can visit the... Sorry? He said today we can visit the castle. He also suggested we talk with Ragni, the owner of that souvenir shop near the castle.
Why?
He said that Ragni might know something about Paolo Goofy.
Thanks for letting me know. I'll see you after I get dressed. What are we having for breakfast?
Don't be too eager about covering up. People, especially men, seem more eager to speak with us when you're lightly dressed. Besides, it's still hot out. Pretty beneficial, wouldn't you say? I'm speaking from a purely professional perspective, of course.
Very funny. A pity I can't say the same about you and women.
Touché. I'll be waiting for you in the main hall. Yeah, the accent on touché is wrong. It's supposed to be leaning to the right, not to the left. Because to the left, it will be an eh sound. So it's going to be touché. And that's not how the word is spelled. It's pronounced. It's touché. After a delicious breakfast, you're ready to start another day of investigation. Alright, so let's go to the castle. Oh, we need to go to the gift shop first. You arrive in front of the souvenir shop. The number of people inside isn't anything to scoff at, but there's enough room for more customers. Enter the shop.
Let's take a look inside.
Vera, now's not the time to go shopping. You can butter up your dad some other time.
Why would I need to do that? And don't be silly. This shop is very close to the castle. Roberto himself suggested we visit.
The sign says Ragni Souvenirs. You're right. This is the place. Let's go then. A slim man with curly hair is servicing several tourists. He speaks English quite fluently. I'm Marco Ragni. How can I help you, madam?
I am interested in those plates there.
Ah, yes. This decorated plate is a perfect replica of those found in the castle, before the ghost appeared and destroyed everything inside.
Oh, how much?
Only 250 euros for you, miss. Today I feel generous.
What? 250 euros for that? Even I wouldn't buy that, and money isn't exactly a problem for me.
This guy seems a con man to me. You and Brennan wait for Ragni to finish ringing her up. Thank you for waiting patiently. What can I do for you? Find anything interesting in the shop, miss?
We're private detectives working with the local police. If you don't mind, we would like to ask you a couple of questions.
I didn't mean to be presumptuous. Since you were speaking English, I thought you were a tourist. Ask away. Ask about the ghost.
What do you know about the ghost?
Oh, were you listening in my conversation with one of my female customers? Oh, you might want to forget everything you heard if you are seeking relevant information. And that means... Well, those are just tales that I tell the tourists to take advantage of them. I'm only trying to make a living here.
Alright, so you don't know anything useful about the ghost?
To be honest, I saw something a few weeks ago. I didn't bother reporting it because I thought I was hallucinating. Tell us what you saw, please. I was in my flat on the second floor of this building. I have a good view of the castle from here. I saw something moving across the castle walls. It was like an intense light. This happened at night. The nuclear on character section, Marco Ragni.
I believe you. That's how I would describe it as well.
What? You saw the ghost too?
Let's leave it as a yes. I can't reveal my other details. Sorry.
Okay, let's read his mind. Okay, so 32 letters. The ... as usual. Let's try R. Okay, 1 R. S. Okay, E. No, there would be A. Those two detectives, arrogant detectives. No, not arrogant. Well, detective, I got it. D-C-I-V. Annoying. Yeah, those two annoying detectives. Success. Those two annoying detectives are wasting my time. I hope they go away soon. I have more customers waiting to be served.
What do you do here?
Can't you see? It's a souvenir shop. Not to toot my own horn, but it's the best one in town.
I take it that the ghost is a business for you?
Well, people want to know more, and you are taking advantage of it. Hey, leave it if you are done with your questions. You're wasting my time. You do realize you are interrogating me during work hours, correct? I'm losing valuable time here. Ask about the murder.
I suppose you already know about what happened in the Agony Turismo.
Yes, I've heard about it. That's the extent of my knowledge. I'm not acquainted with Paolo. Really? I would think you would have something in common. He's a big fan of all things paranormal, and the castle is practically your neighbor. It shouldn't be hard to strike up a conversation about the things you've seen at night. Well, it's not like we haven't talked before. It's more that we've never been on good terms. He recently accused me of cheating my customers by selling fake items. Ragni fumes as he recalled what happened.
Well...
He said that in front of some tourists. I had a discussion with him and he threatened to report my activity to the police.
I see, so you didn't like him.
He certainly wasn't a friend of mine.
You believe he might be the murderer?
I really can't say. He's a bit of an oddball. His love of the occult is more than a passing interest. He's a real fanatic.
Alright, we appreciate the help, Ragni.
You clear down the character sections, Marco Ragni. He certainly doesn't like the guy. I wonder if he's not the ghost, so he could frame him. Paolo accused the shop owner of selling fake souvenirs to tourists. They're not friends.
We'll be back if we have more questions.
Okay, so... Can I go to the castle yet? Maybe I need to go to the villa instead. You arrive in front of Anastasi's villa. The gardener comes to greet you with unfortunate news. Roberto is not here. He's conducting business outside town.
I see. Sorry for disturbing you.
Okay. Oh, now... Okay, there's no collar, but we can go in. A good day, Miss Vera.
A good day to you too. Can we explore the castle now?
Absolutely. Please follow me. This entrance has an interesting story behind it. It is said that... Psst, Vera.
Yes.
We didn't come here to earn credits towards the green castleology. Castleology. That's not a real word either. That's why I have trouble spelling it. Castleology. All we're after is clues.
I know, but how can I explain that to him? We need to figure out a way to grab his attention. Oh, is that a guest book?
You hate guest books, but anything is better than listening to that Leone. Both you and Brendan practically dive towards the distraction. Brendan adds a flourish to his signatures in the form of a caricatures of himself. There we go, this castle will be valuable with my autograph.
Hey, what is that?
You look over Brendan's shoulder and point at some of the signatures. Leone leans over from the other side with a frown. Is there something obscene in the guest book? I hope it's not one of those teenagers defacing it with crude slang.
It's nothing like that, Mr. Leone.
Leone continues to prattle without acknowledging your denial.
Look, Brendan, the name. Eva Neri.
What's so weird about it? It's just a name.
Look closer. There's a long strain of black hair on this page. And doesn't the name Eva strike a chord?
You mean...
That woman we met in Germany on the train. Her name was Eva Baum. Don't you remember?
Are you proposing that the visitor might be the same person?
It might be nothing more than coincidence, but my sixth sense tell me that it's a possibility.
A similar name and the long black hair, I'm not sure I buy it. We can't always rely on your arm. I'm gonna take a sip of water. My throat has never been the same ever since I got COVID. Maybe it'll take a further longer time to heal. We can't always rely on our hunches, you know. What? Why so surprised?
The hair! It turned to ashes in my hand.
The strand of hair you have plucked from the pages has been replaced by a small pile of ashes. This is crazy. Don't tell me there's another weirdo with the same name running around. Eva, I remember that woman. Interest sparked by the name Eva. Leonie paused in his rambling and re-enters the conversation. Read his mind. Eva. E-A. Here's the V. She. There's a big word here. I think it ends with D. Yeah. Didn't. Okay, there's a T. And. She. Something something. Probably me. Yeah. Hypnotize. She hypnotized me. I didn't want to. Oh. Z. Yeah. Success. Eva, she hypnotized me. I didn't want to give her full access to the castle.
Aha! Full access to the castle? I need to put pressure on him how to make him tell us everything.
Did you notice anything strange about her? Did she do something to you? Are you okay? She was... His face pinkens. Forgive me for being blunt, but she was incredibly sexy. Her beauty was otherworldly.
See? It must have been her.
Look, no offense, but you do realize there are other attractive women besides you and Eva, right? The frostiness of your stare would have frozen Brendan mid-sentence, and had he been looking. You still remember how Eva had captivated Brendan when he met her on the train to Wolfash. Did she do something to you? Are you okay? She didn't do anything, unfortunately. His voice drops near the end of his sentence.
You don't look so good.
Just thinking about her makes me... Leonie squirms, visibly embarrassed by his reaction, just thinking about her sins to make him sexually excited. I can't seem to control myself. I have never felt such shame in my whole life. Don't worry, I felt the same way when I first met... Ouch! You elbow Brendan in the stomach. Are you in Amazon? I was just joking.
Don't change the subject. We're talking to Tommaso now.
I was simply commiserating with the guy. Haven't you heard of two peas in a pod? Why did she sign the guest book? I have no clue. Why do people sign guest books to begin with? Maybe she wanted to let us know that she was here.
Why?
I don't know. It could be some sort of warning, like I'm watching you, something like that. When did she come? Let me think about it. Yesterday? Yeah, just shortly after you left.
What? The castle was off limits to us, but you let her enter?
Talk about unfair. I guess he's a sucker for a cute face. He was hypnotized. Did she touch anything else? I'm an outstanding employee. I was alert as always. You sure about that?
Or were you distracted looking at her?
Leonie adjusts his glasses. I might have been just a little distracted. Did she want to see something in particular? No, she wasn't specific. Why do you ask?
You gave her full access to the castle, didn't you?
What? That is forbidden. Tommaso drops his arm to his side, resigned to his fate. There's no point in lying. I just couldn't resist her. What did you do? She explored the old castle, but she spent most of her time in the southwest tower.
Any clue why?
She only said it was the best spot to be if you need a bird's eye view of the town. I think she wanted more than a good view. She must have been searching for something. What that something is, I have no clue. I don't think she found it, though. New clue added under location. Section, the castle.
Alright, if you ever meet that girl again, call the police immediately. She is dangerous.
Yes. Wait.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mr. Anastasi. I'll lose my job. I don't want to be fired.
Is he your boss?
He isn't, but I don't want to put my position at risk. He has enough power to indirectly fire me, should the mood strike. Don't worry. Mum's the word, as long as you promise to keep your word. I promise.
Now show us the places she visited.
This way, please. What is it? Did you find something?
Yes, on the ground. A chunk of hair.
Eva's again? Is she suffering from premature baldness?
Can you be serious for a minute? It's white hair. Hopefully this one won't turn to ashes in a few seconds.
Fascinating. I thought I had a good vision, but I guess it takes more than a little prescription to be that perspective. Nuclear identity under object sections, white hairs.
You think we should give this to the police?
What for? All they can do is compare its DNA to someone else's. We have nobodies to compare it to.
What about your friend Anna?
Brennan starts at the mention of his former girlfriend. Yes, the FBI has a huge database of DNA samples. I could call her and ask to cooperate with the local police.
Alright. I think it's all we can do with this.
Nuclear item under location section, police station. You enjoy your tour despite Leonie's tendency to ramble about inconsequential things. Despite its age, the castle is sturdy and possesses a timeless beauty.
This is the Southwest Tower, right?
Precisely. Eva went there and looked outside, just like you. The view is impressive. You can see the whole town from here.
I recognize some of the buildings. Ah, it's Guido's coffee shop. It's closer to the police station than I thought.
And there's our agriturismo. You feel a chill crawl down your spine. Brendan and you trade looks filled with uncertainty and fear. Eva can observe all your actions from here. You decide to leave the castle and resume your investigation. If Eva wants to watch you, it's her business. All you can do now is proceed forward. Okay. Police station? Yes?
Do you have anything new to report?
Lucia didn't say anything else. We let her go, but she can't leave town for now. Her condition doesn't improve anything. Quite the opposite, really. Some weird new clues concerning Ricardo's death came in a little while ago. Mind clarifying what you mean by weird? Well, it seems that Ricardo committed suicide of his own volition. Interesting.
What? So Paolo is innocent?
We didn't find the evidence of brawling, so there was no fight between those two that night. And after examining the crime scene again, we believe Ricardo wouldn't have been able to climb such a tall tree. He wouldn't have hung himself on his own. I mean, he would need someone's help to carry out his suicide. If he had a ladder, he could have gone through it by himself, but we didn't find anything of that sort in the vicinity.
Are you suggesting that Paolo helped him?
For now, that is the most accredited theory. Either way, one thing is certain. It is highly unlikely that Ricardo died without assistance. New clue added under character sections, Paolo Goofy. Okay, that was interesting. Let's go back to the church. You arrive at the Romanesque church in the outskirts of town.
I hear a choir.
They're probably celebrating mass. You enter the church. A medium-sized group is listening attentively to the priest standing behind the altar. So, what are we doing here?
I want to hear the church's opinion on the ghost.
I don't know about that. You want to ask the local priest?
That's the plan.
Once mass ends, you approach the priest. His name is Don Giulio. You shouldn't enter a holy place when dressed like that, miss.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there something you wish to discuss with me?
What do you think of the ghost?
I haven't encountered it myself. I don't believe in its existence, of course.
I suspected that would be the case, but...
You know, it's refreshing to finally see a man who doesn't fall over himself to impress you.
Oh, would you quit it? It's not like I want all this attention!
I don't believe anything paranormal. You should contact someone more receptive to your questions. I recommend you see Father Mattia. He's a famous exorcist. Giulio hands you a card. Here's his contact information. As you can see, this includes his phone number and home address. You should reach his home within 2 hours by car.
Oh, thank you very much.
But an exorcist? This is a ghost, not...
What makes you think a ghost is not something demonic? You should restrict your knowledge to comic books and movies.
Well, maybe you're right.
At any rate, it doesn't hurt to ask. Maybe you'll shed some light on the matter.
But how are we supposed to find him? It's a 2-hour drive.
We can get a cab in the town square. I can pay, don't worry. It would be rude to drop in unexpected. I'll call him first to set an appointment.
Yeah, 2 hours. We don't want to waste our time visiting an empty house.
Father Mattia?
Yes. So he looks like a cardinal, but not really. Like, he's wearing black, but the holy things that he carries around his neck is red, and he has a golden cross, and he's carrying a Bible. He has square glasses, and he's bald. Can't tell his age.
I am Vera Blanc. I'm investigating the ghost case in Bargy.
You're referring to the ghost haunting the castle. I've heard about it. A photographer was murdered recently.
Don Giulio gave us your number. He said you're a famous exorcist and...
Wait! I cannot offer my services just yet.
Why not?
The only person said to be possessed has disappeared, right?
Yes, that is correct. Paolo has gone missing.
I can't do anything at this point in time. To intervene, I need the express permission of the local bishop. And if the possessed is missing...
That's understandable, but could you come and, I don't know, check the castle, perform a purification ceremony?
Yes, I suppose I could do that. Once more serious events occurred. Unless more predicament come to pass, I have no legitimate reason to ask the bishop for permission. Try to understand. The church doesn't want to add fuel to the fire.
All right. Let's hope we don't have to resort to granting your permission.
My sentiments exactly. New clue added under character sections, Father Mattia. It's getting late. You decide to go back to the agriturismo for dinner. On the way back, you question local farmers. Nobody seemed to have seen Eva or anything else suspicious. I gotta stop by my place for a bit. We'll see you later.
Dinner, right? Sounds good.
Preoccupied with your thoughts, you stumble into a man who was entering the main hall. Ahi! So this guy is kind of tall with sunglasses, a ponytail, and a beard. Quite interesting. He doesn't have a mustache though, so it's like a chin beard.
Oh, sorry. That was entirely my fault. I was looking elsewhere.
The man takes your hand and brushes his lips over your knuckles. Don't fret. I'm Francesco Gnocchi.
Oh! The pleasure is all mine. My name is Vera Blanc.
You have only just met, but you can sense Gnocchi is considerate and charming, not to mention bilingual. His English is impressive. You're staying in the agriturismo? Yes, why are clever, aren't you? I'm gonna say... sorry for asking the obvious. I didn't mean to insult your intelligence.
I think I'll forgive you this time.
I was only wondering where such a charming, beautiful woman like you came from.
A rather quick assessment considering how long we met. Why, thank you. I hail from France.
Vive la France, as they say. How long are you staying there on a holiday? Read his mind. Okay, I'm pretty sure like what's gonna be in his mind, but I think this is an owl. Let's go with L. Oh, it's. No. S. O, E. Beautiful. I've seen many wow, I've seen many beautiful women in I've seen many beautiful women in my life, but I've never seen such a natural beauty.
I admit I'm rather fond of flattery when it's coming from the right person. He doesn't seem malicious or dishonest.
Ask what he does here. I run a disco pub in town. It's pretty well known among local and tourists. You should come sometimes and blow off some steam. It's called White Corner. I was distributing some flyers here in the agriturismo, since I know the corner very well.
Oh, really?
You must be thinking how a guy like me knows someone like him. I'm pretty young in comparison, sure, but we've been acquaintances for a long time. I've known him once I was a teenager.
So Francesco knows Roberto. Could they be friends?
New clue either under their character, Francesco Gnocchi. Tell him the truth or lie to him. I don't know. It's still split. He doesn't need to know.
We're staying until next week.
Huh?
You asked me how long I was staying.
Yes, but why use the plural? Who you're here with your... He gestured to something behind you. It's Brandon.
Oh, don't mind him. Brandon is just my bodyguard.
Question mark? Your bodyguard?
Well, not really. He's a good friend of my father's who insisted that he must accompany me whenever I travel along.
Alright, so he's not your partner?
Far from it.
Yeah, listen to the lady. I don't have a death wish. Her father would kill me.
Why did Brendan say such a thing? He seems sincere.
You don't mind if I join you for dinner? Actually...
Quite the contrary. The more the merrier.
Ren looks ready to yell your ear off, but... Common courtesy forces him to settle for whispering. What the heck's going on, Vera? Mind telling me why you're inviting this guy to dinner with us?
You look good when you're jealous.
Eh?
Stupid, he runs a disco pub in town, and is Anastasia's childhood friend. It would be advantageous for us to get on his good side.
New location unlocked, disco pub. We should investigate the ghost, not some random stranger.
I think Anastasia is hiding something from us. Come on, it's worth a shot.
Fine, if you say so, but if you're wrong, I'm docking your pay.
I don't really need money, come to think of it. Did I ever ask for a cut?
You barely remember touching your meal, even if you contented belly says otherwise. Gnocchi never slouch. Gnocchi is never short of stories and far from banal. So, what'd you think of Italy, my little princess?
I didn't think I've been here long enough to judge, but I think they have a good wine.
If you ask me, I think Italians are a bunch of playboys. Oh yes, Italian men are definitely not as cold as, pardon my honesty, the English ones.
Haha, I noticed. They're rather, how should I put it? Sincere in showing their appreciation. I've received many compliments.
I'm gonna call it a night.
Hey, did I say something to upset?
I've lost my appetite. Enjoy the rest of your dinner date. I mean, you're clearly enjoying it already. Brennan storms out. You would have never expected such behavior from him. The night goes on pleasantly. After dessert, you go to the veranda and have a glass of wine.
Are you trying to get me drunk, Francesco?
Not at all. I wouldn't even consider it, Miss Blanc. I simply enjoyed sharing a bottle of wine from time to time. Don't you feel the same? You don't need to read his mind to see the signs. Francesco is looking for more than a drinking companion. You're starting feeling lightheaded. Come on, let's finish this bottle. There's not much left. Return to your room, drink one glass of... No, you know what? Let's not go there.
Listen.
Francisco wraps his arm around your waist and tries to kiss you. Whoa! Shh, don't speak. Let me...
Hey!
You shove him off. Things are getting out of control.
I'm leaving. I don't know how things work with the women around here, but I'm not interested in kissing you when I barely know you.
Oh, pardon me. It must have been the wine. It's definitely the wine.
See you around.
Count on it. I come here pretty often. New clue added under character section. Francesco Gnocchi.
The nerve! I probably pushed my luck with him. I didn't even get any useful information for all my trouble. Another
day investigation work officially passes by. Day 4. Who is the ghost? Could it be Eva? Well, what is it? Unless I set my clock wrong, it's 5 in the morning.
No, you have the right to complain. I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep. It's too hot and... I'm sorry.
About what?
You know, my behavior. I didn't mean to make you upset.
I'm not upset. Your flings have nothing to do with me. Read his mind. Okay, so this is I. There's a T because there's an apostrophe. Maybe N. Maybe it's a U, but. I don't believe it. Yes. Oh, maybe I can't. I can't believe it, but I wanted... Success. I can't believe it, but I wanted to throttle that gnocchi. A punch in the face isn't enough for that playboy. Am I jealous?
Don't worry, Brendan. Gnocchi doesn't interest me at all. He's clearly a womanizer.
I was only worried that he might take advantage of you. You were drinking too much. I really didn't want to leave you alone with that sleazeball.
Except you did. Thank you for your concern. My tolerance is pretty high, so I wasn't worried, but that was definitely too much.
So, how loose-lipped was Gnocchi?
Don't remind me!
Hey, calm down.
I'm frustrated because we don't seem to be making much progress.
It's a feeling that never really goes away. I'm itching to get back into action. Waiting around isn't our style, is it?
Haha, I do miss taking things from the crime scene.
Hey, I don't want your father writing me for turning his daughter into a klepto.
Please refrain from misconstruing my act of goodwill as an obsessive impulse.
I call him as I see him. I don't mean to brush off your frustration. This might not be the best time to be cracking jokes, huh?
Maybe not, but that's how we've always operated. I suppose I can thank you for that, you know, keeping things the way they are. What did you call it? Our style?
Yeah, waiting around isn't our thing. Making jokes at inappropriate time.
Certainly is.
Uh-huh. Other than that, all we can do is wait.
I think I'll be able to rest now. I'm going to turn in.
A few hours is better than nothing. See you at breakfast. Meanwhile, in the southwest castle tower, Eva.
The sun is rising, and it's about to happen again. Soon blood would rain upon this town's soil once more.
Do not let your demonic origins overcome you, says the master.
I won't. Master, are you not aware of what is going to come to place?
I am. But regardless of what happened, you must remain true to your word. Follow Vera and Brendan until I state otherwise. They have found something that could lead them to discover the truth.
The question is, whether you have the ability. Brendan is just an ordinary detective, but Vera, she might surprise us yet. I suspect she has a secret.
Let's not jump to conclusion. If she managed to solve this case too, then we will proceed with the initiation.
I can hardly wait for her arrival, Master. Something tells me we have a lot in common. She's special, just like me. I've always wanted a new little sister to play with.
Now go, and keep watching them. Town of Bargy, very early in the morning. Marco Ragni. What a surprising morning! I hope my good luck from the other day has not run out. I rose extra early to prepare. Hey! What is the sound? Oh, I better call the police. Marco shakingly unlocked the shop's door. Filippo! Surprise! Filippo, what are you doing? You're clueless, aren't you? What am I supposed to know? Why did you kill me in such a horrible way? You poisoned me with your lies. And now you're going to pay for what you've done. No, stop, you're mad. I'm not the crazy one here. You won't put me back there anymore. Ah! Back at the agriturismo early morning, you wake up with a sore throat and bleary eyes. The first thing you do is rinse your mouth. You step outside and notice Brandon has already started gathering information from the locals.
Sorry for taking so long. What's happening?
Brackney was killed by Bernie in his shop.
What?
I knew that boy was annoying, but I didn't think he'd kill someone. If they were gonna pin something on him, I thought it'd be something petty.
This is crazy.
The cops are waiting for us at the crime scene. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Brandon reaches into his pocket and throws something towards you. You catch it with a little difficulty, still dizzy from the wine. It's a bag of biscuits. You didn't have time for breakfast, right? It's not much, but it should give you some energy. Desperate for answers, you take a taxi to reach the scene of the crime. There's no time to waste.
Oh my god!
We see 5 policemen surrounding the victim, who's dead in his own pool of blood. There's blood coming from his torso. This is... Ragney is lying in a pool of blood, his traumatized face out of place among the brightly colored souvenirs. Everyone looked busy, so there's a police officer on the walkie-talkie. Brandon's comment elicited a reaction from one of the police officers. Luckily, this one is good at speaking English. Ah, here you are. Got a call from Guido. Nasi told him he heard screams coming from the shop. He takes a sip of coffee. From what we can tell, the shop door has been opened by normal means. There was no sign of effraction. I'm gonna take another sip. So how do you know it was Bernie?
So how do you know it was Bernie?
We have a witness. Nasi saw him running away from this place. No one else saw him? Not that we know of. Not that it means anything now. Bernie confessed. What?
Did he admit that?
Yes. He admitted to stabbing Ragney. Seriously? Bernie and I may not be buddies, but he never struck me as the kind of guy who would kill someone, much less turn himself in. Let me guess, it's the sound. The sound makes you go crazy, wants to kill somebody. So probably Paolo was actually killed him, and since he remembered everything that he did while he was beside himself, he ran away. That's what we thought. We'd have reason to suspect him in the past for some minor crimes like drug dealings, but we never ever able to catch him.
He seems less than inclined to listen to his conscience, so why the sudden change of heart when the penalty is more severe?
You collided on the character sections Filippo Berni. Something was going on between them. Hard to say. Ragney isn't known for being an honest man, and Bernie is said to have connection among the mafia.
What?
Yeah, they're everywhere, even in our small town. So, you collided on the general section Bargy Town. You think that Bernie was threatening Ragney for money? It's possible. Business has been booming for the past couple of weeks. Even the locals have problems finding seating. The ghost brought in a lot of tourists.
We noticed that firsthand.
Guess that's why the line was so long. Didn't think I'd hear about the infamous pizza of a ghost hunt. Was Bernie alone? What exactly did Nasi see? Nasi said he saw only Bernie running out of the shop. And what about Nasi? Did you interrogate him? Of course we did. That was all he would tell us. He didn't even take a step inside the shop.
Did he tell you why?
The scream scared him. Good thing, too. We don't condone reckless behavior. Had he gone inside, he wouldn't make we wouldn't have a single witness. So he went to Guido's to call the police. Right. Well, not immediately. We believe it waited half an hour before contacting us.
What? But why?
Sorry, can't tell you a thing. He didn't provide an explanation. He might have a screw or two loose. Other than that, he's perfectly harmless. We're sure he didn't do anything bad. New clue added on the character sections. Gino Nassi was burning along. Okay. Had he gone inside, we wouldn't have a single witness. And 2 bodies. That's probably what he's saying.
There's something going on.
Do you want to take a better look?
Yes, definitely.
Look carefully at the images on the screen. Identify 8 differences. Okay. Spot all the differences. Don't run and push things. Okay. So this is 1. This is 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. Oh. Seven. Last one, another clue. Another difference. Very subtle. Hmm. Choose. There you go. Success. It was tough.
Hey, over there, I found something interesting.
What is it? Why? Wait, another gray hair? Another gray hair. Let's check all the clues. General ghost. Ghost local legend. Not recently has been cited for more often than usual. Saw the ghost agriturismo floating among the olive tree. Lost the ghost and found a hangman instead. Name of Ricardo. Gino says that the ghost is a woman possessed beauty that blinds everyone who tries to look at her. Bargy Town. After speaking to the police, we found that the mafia are still very much a threat. They even occupy a small town of Bargy. So, characters. Filippo. Teenager playing gang leader. Doesn't seem dangerous. Not the most trustworthy boy. Filippo said that Paolo would never be able to kill anyone. Says he wouldn't have the guts. Bernie confesses crime and turned himself into the police. This is really unbelievable. There must be something else going on. It's up to me to find out what. Gino. Gino is an old man we met in town. He claimed that Roberto Anastasi is an evil person and suggested we ask Anastasi how he came into money and his father before him. Gino was admitted into a mental hospital in town when he was a boy. After a big earthquake, he was let out. And now he lives in a shack in the woods nearby. He spoke with the ghost and what revealed she told him. She said the ghost will soon speak to more people. Gino is the only witness to Rangy's murder. He saw Bernie fleeing to the crime scene, but he didn't immediately call the police. He contacted the police about half an hour later. No one knows why he waited. Roberto's mother, Maria, died several years ago in the mental hospital. His father got itched shortly after her death. Anastasia never forgave him for him. So Paolo is a big fan of anything involving supernatural. Yeah, he claimed to have never seen the ghost himself. Police said Ricardo himself killed voluntarily in a fight with Paolo. Paolo is still suspected of being an accomplice. Ricardo Lucia were enjoying their honeymoon in the agriturismo. Ricardo was photographer. The car Fantos told Lucia checking the police all the way to the agriturismo to Frontier Paolo killed her. When a Christian Lucia relationship with Paolo, she got even ground, not sure there's nothing going on between them. Ricardo went with Paolo to reach a particular spot where he could take some picture at sunset. He found Ricardo's body at the very location. Lucia took some sleeping pills before they left. Marco Ragni. Souvenir shop owner saw an intense light moving across the castle a few weeks ago. Could he have seen the ghost as well? An intense discussion with Paolo Goofy. Paolo accused the shop owner of selling fake souvenir. They're not friends. Okay. Whoops. Oops. Father Mattia needs express permission for the local bishop to come to Bargy and bless the castle for any demonic sign. We'll need to wait for something more to happen first. Francesco Gnocchi. Okay. Objects, Ricardo's camera. I found a chunk of white hair on the castle ground. It's long. Definitely doesn't belong to Leonie. Whom does it belong to? Found more white hairs near Bernie's body at the crime scene. Location, Villa, Anastasi, several witness security stall. Mental hospital, bad building. Castle custodian guy refused us inside the castle on our right. Say we were coming up to our own. Most of them confess. Certainly Vaneri visited the castle before. She was not telling Mr. Fox as the castle. It was there first. She didn't find what she was looking for. Brandon's going to get in touch with Anna once he got an eyes. Okay, I think we're done.
I sincerely doubt Bernie is grieving at such an early age. I wonder whom it belongs to.
Looks like we missed something. Did Anna Ridge contact you? Yes, she spoke with our marshal, Antonio Bandiera. They agreed to collaborate with us. The officer takes out an evidence bag and gestures at you to cooperate. Would you mind handing that over, Miss Blanc?
All right, take care of these two.
You hand him the strands you found in the castle.
When can we know the results?
You can ask Bandiera for the result. He should be at the police station. Don't worry, Vera. If Anna finds anything, I'll be the first to know. Let's check the police station. You arrive in front of the police station. A tan policeman comes to greet you before you have a chance to ask about Bernie. Antonio Bandiera. Antonio Bandiera. It's like Antonio Banderas. To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Thank you for meeting with us. I'm Vera Blanc. You're the chief here?
Yes, I run this police department. What can I do for you? I'm Brandon Mackey. Just to make sure, you were contacted by FBI agents Anna Ridge, correct? That is most certainly the case, yes. You're the couple investigating for Mr. Anastasi. Bandiera's tone changes once Anastasi enters the conversation. You're not sure whether this is in response to Anastasi, the FBI, or something else. Yes, we are. Can we ask you a few questions? Ask about Bernie, Nessie, and Eva. Okay.
Where's Bernie now?
He's still in the interrogation room. Oh, you're interrogating him? I suppose it'd be more accurate to call him an observation room at this rate. We're monitoring him. We have no reason to believe he might be crazy.
What? Crazy?
His behavior is erratic. He talks to himself, speaks gibberish, and reverts back to normal at the drop of a pin.
He might be possessed.
I'll choose to ignore your outburst to save you the embarrassment. I'm certain he has some mental disorder. Ask about Nasi.
What can you tell us about Nasi?
Don't worry about him. He's harmless. But he's the only witness we've got. Don't you think he might be hiding something? Go ahead and ask him if you want. I gave up trying to reason with him. He's mad. He's not even getting on our list. He's not even on our list of suspects. The old man doesn't have the physical strength to harm Ragni, much less kill him.
To be perfectly honest, that's not what we wanted to discuss. We were wondering whether you think Nasi could have somehow pushed Byrne to do it.
So, do explain how you arrived to such a conclusion. I think we're already on the same wavelength. We were hoping you could enlighten us. It's true that Nasi doesn't like Bernie and vice versa, but there's no way Nasi could have forced him to kill someone. It doesn't make sense. Bernie would never let Nasi have power over him. He's too prideful for that. Sooner wait in death row for killing the guy than be at his neck beck and call. Ask about Eva. Agent Ridge should have sent you Eva's identikit. I remember all right. I asked around. Guido saw her at his coffee shop.
Really? When?
About 3 hours and 4 days ago. About 3 to 4 days ago. Damn, just about the same day we arrived here. Nucleated after character condition sections, Guido Rossi.
Does she have something to do with the case? What has she done?
She's a very dangerous criminal. If you ever see her, don't hesitate to shoot. Shoot on sight? Wow, never expected you to say something like that. You sure someone with such a cute face is dangerous as you claim?
Appearances are deceiving, Mr. Bandiera. Any chance we can see Bernie?
Not right now. He's not in good shape. A psychiatrist is with him. We had to sedate him. Guy tried to kill himself with his knife when he got here.
Wow, scary.
We'll take a look around and be back in a few hours then. Leave the police station, search for clues. Okay. You arrive in front of Anastasi's villa. The gardener comes to greet you with a fortunate news. Roberto's not here. Business aside of town. As you walk past the castle gate, Leonie opens his arm in greetings. As always, his manners are impeccable. Oh, Miss Vera, it's a pleasure to see you here again.
Thanks, we won't.
Follow me. Last time you were such in a hurry that you didn't even see. Ask to see the Southwest Tower again. Ask if you could take a look on your own or return to the map. Let's do both. South Tower again. Of course, allow me to escort you there. You rest your palms on the windowsill, gaze rolling over the scenery.
The view from here is good, but the angle is somehow limited.
Maybe we should take a look from the top of the tower. ... Ouch!
Brendan, what is happening?
You spin around and see Leon standing over Brandon's collapsed form. You wanted to make sure that I didn't escape, didn't you?
Leonie? What?
But you couldn't watch me forever. That's why you decided to eliminate me.
Your eyes are...
You back away to the wall and realize the space behind you is completely open from the waist up.
What are you doing? No!
Vera was thrown off the tower by a stony-faced Leonie. The height from which she dove caused her to die on impact. Brandon was found inside the castle with bruises on his neck. He has been strangled by the castle custodian. Leonie claimed he was innocent and had nothing to do with their murders, but the police had enough clues to put him behind bars. A few hours later, Anastasia was found dead in his villa. With Anastasia's death, the ghost became nothing more than an urban legend. Oh, snap. Leonie was possessed, hypnotized, and now he killed us. The end. Bad luck. Don't give up, though. Play again and try to solve the case.